तो अभी हम पिस्टन बनाने जा रहे हैं। तो सबसे पहले वी विल गो टू द सॉलिड पार्ट एनवायरनमेंट। ये हमने सॉलिड पार्ट एनवायरनमेंट पे क्लिक कर लिया है। आफ्टर क्लिकिंग द सॉलिड पार्ट एनवायरनमेंट वी विल होल्ड एंड वेट फॉर इट्स इंटरफेस टू कम। अब इस वक्त ये जो हमें नज़र आ रहा है, दिस इज़ द graphic user interface of the solid part environment of the SolidEdge. As we have already decided that we are going to make piston with the help of Evol Producer command, first of all we will activate the Evol Producer command by clicking the Evol Producer button. Here there are 4 options available: revolve protrusion, swept protrusion, lofted protrusion and helical protrusion. We will go for the revolved protrusion. After clicking the revolve protrusion button, a message will appear that click on the planar face or the reference plane. We will select the front plane, XZ plane, for the piston. When we click on the XZ plane, we see that the XZ plane becomes available for drawing a sketch which is supposed to be revolved around a axis. We usually take the axis of revolution in the center of the sheet. I will draw a line. This select as axis of revolution. Now I will start drawing the piston. First of all, I will draw the horizontal part of the piston, which is known as the top of the piston, with the help of a straight line. I have drawn a straight line. This is known as the top of the piston. As we know that the two-stroke piston top is not flat, it has a curvature which is known as crowning of the piston. For that purpose, I will use the command 3-point arc. Here are 3 options available: tangent arc, arc by 3 points, arc by center. I will select the option arc by 3 points. First of all, I will give the first starting point of the arc at the end point of this line, and the other point approximately over here. Then I will give the curvature to the arc, and this will be the tangent to the top of the piston. Now arc is placed. After that, I will draw a vertical line downwards. Usually it is not exactly vertical, but I am going to make it vertical line. After activating the line command, the line will start from the end of this arc and it will be almost vertical line. After this vertical line, I will give the thickness of the piston wall I will approximately draw the profile of the piston. By clicking this button, axis of revolution, I will define this line as axis of revolution. I can define also this vertical line of the sketch as axis of revolution. I think preferably I do that. That will be better. And I remove this line. There is no need of this line. Now see what happens. Return. There are two options. Either we can give an angle of revolution. Straight away we will go for the 360 revolve. Now we look at the piston. The basic blank of the piston is ready now. It is in shape and it is according to our requirement. Now what we have to do is we have to draw the grooves for the rings of the piston. We'll go to the protrusion, select tool, edit profile. After clicking that, now we are going to draw the grooves for the piston. For that purpose, first of all, let's zoom this area where we want to draw the groove. We draw the grooves approximately over here. Usually 2-stroke piston has 2 rings and 4-stroke piston has 3 rings. Now I am drawing the grooves approximately. I have drawn the grooves for the piston. After trim command, I can remove this line segment. Now I have the grooves in the piston. Now let us see its shape now. Fit command, then we go for the return. Now here we can see the grooves in the piston and they are approximately at the right place of the piston. Now we can see, we take a front view, the grooves are at approximately at the right position. Now we will take the visible and hidden edges view. Now we have to improve the inner profile of the piston and we have to add a collar at the bottom of the skirt of the piston to reinforce its edge. For that purpose, we will go again, select the protrusion. We go to edit profile button. Here we want at the bottom of the piston of the skirt, we want to add an edge to reinforce the edge of the skirt of the piston. Let's zoom this particular area. I will add a edge over here to make it more stronger. After the trim command, I will remove this portion of the line. Now I have added an edge at the bottom of the skirt of the piston so that its strength of the skirt piston can improve. Now we return, finish. Now we can see that shaded with visible edges view. Here we can see that there is an edge at the bottom of the skirt of the piston for the reinforcement of the edge of the skirt. Now we have to make a chamfering. There we have the sharp edges in the grooves of the piston and at the crown of the piston we have to remove these edges, sharp edges. For removing the sharp edges, we will again go to the protrusion, then we go to the select tool, edit profile. Here as we know that the fillet command is available. In the fillet there is another command available which is known as the chamfer or chamfer. I pronounce it as a chamfer command. Let's see how this command works. For example, I will draw a line over here. I have drawn different edges over here. This is the outer edge, this is the internal edge, outer edge, internal edge. Now let's see how the chamfer command works. Chamfer command, I click on the edge, drag it, and you see the edge is replaced with a straight line. In the case of fillet command, our sharp edge is replaced with the arc. Here we replace the edge with the straight edge instead of an arc. You can see that we can remove the edge and we can make the edge with the elbow sharp edge. Now we delete this one. After that, we'll zoom the area where we want to remove the edges of the piston. This is the particular point where we want to remove the edges of the piston. Let's zoom it a more bit. This is the point. Chamfer command is already activated. I click on this edge. I will remove this edge. I will click on this edge. Remove this edge. I will click on this edge. I will remove this edge. Click on this edge and remove this edge. For this particular edge, this is not selecting as an edge. So I have to draw a line myself to make a chamfer over here. I will make a line from here to here. There is a line. There is another. I create a fillet over here. The fillet is there. I have created a fillet over here. After that, fit command, and I also want to make some changes in the internal profile of the piston also. I will click over here. I think I can move it as per my sweet will. I can make it over here, I can make it like this, I can make it like this. Whatever profile I would like to do, I can make it. This is approximate figure. Again here we have a fillet command. I will move this edge. Move the fillet. Okay. Return. Now the main body of the piston is ready. There is a very important thing is missing, the hole for the gudgeon pin. For that particular thing we will use the cut out command. This command is the inverse of the protrusion command. I will activate the cut out command. I will select the plane. I have taken this parallel plane to the vertical plane of the piston in the middle of it, and parallel plane outside the piston. I will take this plane outside the piston. I will draw a circle over here. In the middle of the piston, I will draw a circle over here. I have drawn a circle. Let's see how this command works. After that we'll go for the return. Now we see that there is a cut is coming through the piston, finish. Now we see that hole has gone through the piston, but there is a problem with this hole. Its diameter is small and we feel that it is not rightly placed. We want to change its position and we also want to change its diameter. For that purpose, we will go to the cutout command. We go to the select tool, edit profile. After that, I will fit command. I select the circle and I can drag to the circle my desired position, and I also can increase the diameter of the piston. If we revolve the piston, we can see where we have drawn the circle. Rotate command. Now I have rotated the piston. Now you can see the circle is at the plane which we have made parallel to our major planes and is outside the piston. The circle is drawn not on the piston, it is on a plane which is away from the piston. Now let's see what happens. Return. Now again we rotate and see how it is working. There is something wrong with the cutout position. Now it is going through the piston. Finish. Now we can see that is approximately of the right size and at the right place. Now we want to chamfer the edge of the hole of the piston. Now we will do it in the 3D. In 3D there is also round command is available and chamfer command is available. We are going to chamfer the edge of the hole through which we are going to put the gudgeon pin. We will select the outer edge of the circle and set back. We go for the 1 millimeter. Enter. And we also select the other edge of the piston also. Close. We select the outer edge of the piston. Here we try the setback of 2 millimeter. Finish. Now we can see that there is a chamfer on the edge of the piston. Now we color it so that we can see the features of the piston. Format, part painter, yellow, we make the whole piston yellow. This piston is yellow now. After that we will go for the face and we give the color red. Now we can see that from here we can give the color to the things, face. We select which face we are going to select. Close. Now see, this chamfer is red. This chamfer is red. इसको हमें red now. Now we go for the green color. This is green. This is green. Now we can go for some other color. violet, top of the piston is violet, and we go for some other color, orange. Now we take its front view. We go to the named common views. In the common view show the face. ये piston का face हमारे सामने. You can see the face. After that we will go for the isometric view of the piston. We can take any isometric view of the piston. And we can go for the diametric view. Now let us save the piston. File. Save as. We have a piston, and today date is the 7th May. In the name of the file we have written the piston 7th May, save.